Hello?
Are you there?
Yeah. So double, it came in 9.6 million, double the what they're looking for build.
Yeah, crazy.
Nutty. You buy nice. No messing around here, right?
Nope. Things all over the place though, still pretty jumpy.
Yeah. We
We'll take it.
it is all over the place.
Definitely squirrely.
Plus 305 right now. Net.
So take everybody through all the charts. Let's start there.
And I'm watching crude a little bit.
I'm taking a break for it to settle down, there's no question.
It's the time to make the hay.
There's types of risk, right? We've all talked about types of risk. So one of the big types of risk is volatility risk. So volatility is the double-edged sword to trading. You like volatility, but at the same time, you just gotta. I mean, we're still in a range here. You know what I mean? This
Right.
isn't trending volatility. This is range-bound volatility.
Yes, sir.
So, but it's Dave's watching crude because he's long or short crude somewhere.
Come on, stop. I We got the Fed today. Let's go through the charts. Daily chart. Running out of steam.
When does she speak?
1:30 Central Time.
Got it.
One hour, we're kind of holding right on that support area. 15, same thing. It's going to chop around until the deed is done. We're patient for another couple centuries. Decades, maybe. Because one of the big things that especially Greenspan used to always follow is the PC deflator. And I saw how it's low and dropping. So it'd be ridiculous to think like we've got all this inflation coming down the line that we got to tighten or raise rates.
Sure.
So, wow, look at that. Crude oil had a little bit of the widowmaker today. 42 to, that's only $1. Wow. I guess the volatility has dropped, so. Crude daily, it's pretty much, I got to go out to the monthly. We're down to pretty much a decade low. Daily, 4 hour, 1 hour at that spike. Ugly chart there. I think it makes it push low for that 76. Oh, make sure.
Yeah, we got to roll to the next month.
Hopefully you did it already. Make sure you're flat. Hit get market. CL, crude oil, outrights double click, and we're in May. We're plus 305 net right now. 11 trades on crude and 1 on NASDAQ.
You made a good 100 on what, NASI, right?
Yeah, it's getting back down there again.
Is it?
Did end up going a little higher, but just
So
got
the
to
game plan with
chip away.
yeah the game plan obviously is to just base hits, base hits, base hits. So no need to reinvent the wheel here.
We're actually bunting now officially.
We are officially bunting.
It's like buy here, sell here, buy here. Then when you broke even on buy, sell.
Well, I didn't break even on. I was short and went to break even and it put 2 on, remember?
Right.
So I just covered. So yeah, we broke even, but that was why we broke even on that trade.
You figure quite a diverse group of crew traders got blown out of the water just now, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, $1 swing in
1 minute.
2 minutes is ridiculous.
Well, it went
So
up
I'm like,
and down and back up.
yeah. No, thank you. I will sit on the sidelines. So, had some good trades this morning. Couple little chips.
It's good to let the
P into
market
P and
settle
L.
down.
Yeah. Let them decide how they want to trade this the rest of the day or treat it the rest of the day.
Right.
So, NASDAQ, kind of take us through all the markets.
Well, the NASDAQ, daily it's stronger. 4 hour it's above its band, but 1 hour it's below its band, so it's kind of conundrum
Chop shop.
area.
Yeah.
15 minutes flattening. It's all news today. It's definitely all news today. Boy, crude is squirrely.
Oh, I mean, it's stuck in a range.
Right. It's definitely stuck, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's looking like it wants to retest some of those highs on a 1 minute, but starting to creep back up that way at least. I'm not a buyer here, though. Not up at that top bully. Kobe's not happy at somebody, huh? So yeah, looking at crude, you guys can see. I mean, this thing had a range from pre-announcement. You had that thing. I mean, it pretty much ran 42.40 to almost 43. Worked its way, and then it took out that high at 43s, and then it came all the way back down to one candle. Basically, that's that's 1 cent in 1 minute. I mean, that's
$1.
or yeah, I mean $1 in 1 minute. That's why we don't trade events.
$1,000
It's
a
real.
contract.
What's that?
$1,000 a contract.
Yeah. Could have played your whole bid the high of the previous candle, right? To short.
You'd be surprised. The crazy fills.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's just nuts. So chipping away though. I mean, I think overall, if we're up 300 now, and normally by this time we're up a little bit, maybe break even, but we could have a good strong day today.
Yeah, you got to figure it's so coiled. Like when you understand what a coil is. I guess we have Bollinger Bands. No, it doesn't show up there. But you could see how when you're kind of in this range, you can almost, you got to like that buy, huh?
Which buy?
This little blue X at the like wick of the low.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But this area here we're coiling in, so if you take 97 to basically it's about 15 points, so either way it breaks out or breaks down.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain they're going to be dovish, so.
How much of that's already baked in, though, you think, with the Fed?
I think it's big. I think it's pretty much their people. They try and push it like they're going to take patience out. I guess. I don't know. It's all semantics, and it has nothing to do with fundamentals. It has nothing to do with the economy. It has nothing to do. It's just what they're going to jobbo in a certain number, and it's pretty frustrating. From being in the markets all these years, that this is what we've devolved to. Wondering what some lady's going to say. Really, we're going to run trillions of dollars in pretty much the entire livelihoods of most people. So.
Well, I mean, it just comes down to the fact if they're going to print or not going to print. You know, I mean, that's all these new traders care about. Would you say 90% of traders never see an interest rate hike in the market right now?
Yeah, something like that. 80. They said 80 something percent. I just wish they had, instead of the FOMC doing the Fed funds rate, that there would be, it would just be traded like the Euro dollars or the T-bills. Trust me, those guys would take care of whatever tightening or loosening needs to be done way better. God, is it still spiky?
Exactly.
On crude. Was there any sell zones up there?
Nope.
Nope. None at
We
all.
had a buyback. We had a buyback at the 31s, but no short.
Okay. It's pretty quiet out there. I see this is that what we were talking about this morning. See how the band's starting to come up?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta like that.
Exactly.
Start to get this to turn up. A lot of possible upside. we could get up to like 77s on the S&P.
See how crude reacts at these highs.
It's gonna fall apart, right? Although with all those wicks, you know,
I mean, new high.
goes the Nasdaq's right at the high. Tough to buy those, you know.
Yes, it is. It works on everything.
It's sometimes when you get large moves, if you look at a chart, although this chart looks better. Sometimes with the large spikes, it gives a little bit of distortion on your chart. See how the sell-off holds in there? If it holds this.
Exactly.
So when you look at a chart, you're looking at a bottoming pattern. You got to go to the shorter time frames. I mean, here's the hourly, so we spiked up. Here's the 15-minute. We made a low, and we made a lower low, and spiked. It's not the best bottoming pattern in the world, that's for sure. Get shorty.
Yeah.
You got a limit on it?
What's that? Yeah. Let's see if it gets it here. There it goes. Got it. Right, we're out. Should be up right around 400 for the day.
All right, let's see what we have here. Winner chicken dinner?
Yeah, I'm seeing.
I thought you were going to shoot for 10, but that's cool.
No.
I get how you
Not
were.
yet.
If you could, 40, 54.
Not yet.
Not yet. Let's see. Orderfeld. All flat. Should be plus 400, 352 net.
Yes. The S&P.
352 net. Got good.
Could get a second signal on this ES.
Buy or sell.
Short. Gold band sloping down.
Right.
This is one of those bad spots though when you have, gold band and red band.
Like that, right? See, before when they were both down, that's when this one that we saw pre-market worked out. But now I think it's going to get slow.
You're gonna wait to see what Janet says.
It's a little tricky.
Yeah. And crude falls apart. It was a big build. You have to look at it from a trader's perspective. How does it react to news? It was more bearish than normal, the news. So you'd want to see. It actually has acted pretty bullish, comparatively speaking. But
yeah, this should be at all-time lows with that type of build.
You can catch.
well, we did technically do that this morning. Not all time, but many, decade low this morning, or close to it.
Make that in a year.
The only time was lower was the 08 crash.
This
So
is unusual. It took the biggest percentage rally in crude.
I think we're gonna see a pop here. Bounce.
not sure. The charts, it's kind of no man's land
Near the highs.
for crude. Just hopefully you're not early. I mean, you are early, but
Yeah.
you can predict the future, then you got yourself a nice trade on. My crystal ball's
All the
on fire.
licenses.
Is it?
Yeah.
The ball's broken.
It dropped it. It has a crack in it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see if it'll come around here.
People
Yeah.
buy into that stupidity.
Yeah.
And as Tony will tell you, the biggest losses in our history, okay? What were the initials in Beckman Corzine besides Senator? What is he?
So you
The
got
MBA or I don't know.
can almost go. I mean, you got about as tight a stop as you can get there.
Exactly.
See if it could turn. Maybe even too tight.
Yeah.
But
Well, I knew if it wasn't gonna hold that level, it was gonna go lower. You know what I mean? I mean that's just given.
right. I like to wait for that maybe red band or the Bollinger band. What was that? 25s?
26
Looking
to
in
25.
the,
See if we can get a little push lower.
Yeah.
what do you
Let me see if the app triggered 1036. Nope. The last one was at 36, which was here, right here.
see right
Yeah.
here?
And then you buy it open there. Got it. So still tracking. Tracking it all down. Can you imagine this thing makes a new low?
What's that?
If crude makes a new low, be interesting.
Right in
Yeah.
the box.
It's pretty bearish news. Especially last week, the API kind of came in line. This one was just a blowout build. Which technically they're supposed to start drawing because of the summer driving season, so they have to start making the refined product. That's why the May contract is a big deal that we're in currently. See if the I should pull up the. You wanted to see the crude stocks?
Yeah.
Let me pull that charting software up. Let's see here. There's Valero, the day high, Exxon Mobil. It's kind of coming in a little bit though. They have been rallying. I get what you're saying. Rig.
This low, meaning green on the day, right? That's the
Rig.
close of the day.
We'll do
That's a reversal. If it closes up, takes out, it closes above here. That's called an outside up key reversal. That's a bigger deal, you know. But
Schlumberger.
that's both crude oil. Look at Nucor.
Nucor. Let's see what.
Look at this one. Look at that MACD. There's a see. This is what they do to them.
You get filled?
Look at see. This is them. These guys are buying millions of shares, Ricky. When I tell you this, they're buying.
Didn't push.
Didn't go. Okay. Wait, Exxon. We got Exxon. That's that Chevron. Might as well go through the whole circuit, right? Alibaba, insiders can sell today, so that got beat up a little bit. Let's go to NASDAQ. It's kind of trickling higher. VIX has been down, so that's all running right. Apple, all is good in Apple world. What is that? Oh, the yen's cratering.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Amazon's down. Alibaba, we already talked about. Bank of America, Citigroup. High yield debt bounced today. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, they're all kind of flat to down, but there goes the Nasdaq.
Yeah.
New high. LinkedIn, Microsoft, there's Oracle spiked and it's coming in.
They had earnings last night.
Yeah, it pretty much came in line. They're pretty egregious in their manufacturing of their numbers every quarter for my 20 years I've followed them. It's like they're always in line. It's like, really? Never a surprise ever? Makes you scratch your head.
You're short copper, long.
See me get a signal here on crude.
Nucor.
Yeah, it's a better spot. It's still pretty heavy. It's kind of a really strange pattern, but
See if it's going to hold these lows.
if it bounces, it's going to be a doozy. It's strange, but you look on the 5-minute and it's the way the Bollinger's spiked out and it's hitting everything.
Yes, sir.
So
It's drifting into those lows too, which means it should. If it breaks to the downside, it's moving.
usually it's pretty choppy, so into the Fed. So if you can collect some profit going into the Fed and we catch a good move, then could have a banner day. That's the plan.
The evil plan.
The evil plan. I don't know if it. I don't think it ever. Did I get one? 59. Guess it did.
Closed outside, yeah.
Oh, it closed. Yeah, it's really close.
Yeah.
I think it's also back to you got to go up a time frame. I mean, look at the 5-minute. Boy, someone got beat up. That's not very bullish, that pattern. Longer term. I was going to say, I know you're itching. It jumped the gun. This will actually still be number one. Kind of strange patterns, that's for sure. There we go. Got the signal. See if we can get it bounce up. Let's check questions. Andrew's in a trading office, so we pardon the background noise.
Not a lot I can do about it.
Right. He's running a couple $100 million over there, so probably
Couple bucks.
a couple bucks. Question is, if we see profits we want for the day, how do we stop the software? You can't. You're on this train and you can't get off. Just kidding. Trading at you go trading disabled right there. This box will go white. It's off and now it's on. If you're super paranoid, you can exit out. Yes, of course. It still won't trade. Although the old Frankenstein app would. But as you could see on the new version that will be coming out in the room, you could see the it will actually have a profit target. So if you had to step away and you wanted to put in a target, then it would hit that and get flat, just like the stop loss. Crude just can't get going, huh?
It will.
You know what stock replacement?
Yeah, if it says, yeah, what happened is, and I'll show you. You could see on the cash balance here, it's at 384, and here it's at 337. So the commission of $56 doesn't come out of this cash, and that's how we were calculating the P&L. So at a max loss stop out of minus 900, it actually, I think most people didn't even hit that. but because there was 200 and something dollars in commission,
Yeah.
yeah, the commission knocked people through. So it's kind of frustrating, but I think the minus 500 will give us, even if we're at 200 commission, you're at minus 700. So we won't have that happen again.
Yeah.
No.
But between the systems we have added and sorry, looking crew's looking kind of heavy, huh? Did it go 5? Or no?
Yeah, I did, but I upped it to 10. I think this is a better spot, but I'm with you. It's looking heavy down here at these lows, so I'm gonna let it pop up here and
Maybe
try to get my stop at entry.
right.
Once it takes out this high, I'm gonna that 22s. I'm gonna stop at entry.
Right. Well, if the 5-minute can start, you could see on the 5-minute chart here, we've got a higher low.
More constructive. Yeah.
Yeah, higher low is not bad. If we come around, actually in the next, well, it's going to take 5 more minutes, but we'll have a new turn buy. It's gotta rally more. Not gonna happen. Another one of those days with massive moves and then it sits.
It's building for a massive move though. Still.
You think it is? Okay. Down?
Down. Yeah, I'm not leaning up at this point.
I think all the bulls got that out of their system over here on that spike, right? It's a bargain though. It was $100 6 months ago, so 44, it's a deal.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why when you look at when people who bought at 70, I mean, actually even looking on the app, it had I think 74 on it. Like when you reset the app, the sender. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, oh, it does. Yeah.
To think this has 74 was the price a few short months ago. So you could see when the value investors and that kind of stuff, you don't just randomly buy because of a particular price point at the from a fundamental level. Technical, sure, but not fundamental. Because so many people were like, oh, I'm going to buy JDSU. It just dropped from 150 to 70.
Exactly.
And then it went to 4.
That's where I traded it a ton.
Yeah.
$4 and $7.
It was a mover, man. People are slinging it. I was in there too.
There we go.
Buy like 100,000 shares.
That's so bullish.
Yeah, let's see if this thing breaks the 22s now. That's what we're waiting for here.
The Aussie's running. That should be a little correlated to crude sometimes. Used to be. Back in the good old days. God, it's just stuck there. Look at how narrow that band is.
Exactly.
It's going to blast off.
I think it's going to take out those lows. I'm just not seeing any. Not seeing
Yeah,
a turn
it's
yet.
you're right. It's no man's land. You see why 15 takes up 15. So you're basically risking 5 ticks. To make
Just
what,
wanna see
50
how
cents?
it Yeah, I mean, if it runs, it's gonna. I mean,
Just the Yankee gave you.
Yeah, it could run about top Bollinger up to 30.
What do you want? What do you want me to put up here for you, Rick?
exactly.
Slow and steady, slow
Those
and
levels are 20. Yeah, those 21, 22 highs. Man, it's got to take those levels out. You know
Did
what
the
I mean?
numbers,
It's slowing momentum.
what are the new hourlies on crude?
Let me get those. $44.02 and $44.91.
4402.
Yep.
I hope we don't get that.
Let's trade in 44.18 right now.
Well, that means you got stopped out.
Oh yeah. I'm out anyways.
Stopped out anyways.
I'm gonna take this down to those lows.
Feels like it.
Unless they were stop hunting right there to take this higher.
Feels like it. No.
We're gonna play again. I think it's turning now.
Okay. So what he was talking about was we'd been in this range, and if a person said I'm long, he'd put your stop in right here at 14, and then what they do is they spike it down to create volume. So it blew through that. All the stops got filled, so people are selling. And there's ways that
Great
they
buyers.
can. So they're selling. Let's say there's 100 contracts there, sell stop. So they go to sell. So now that guy can come up and buy 100 contracts. And now he's up 10 cents on 100 contracts. Which is what, $1,000?
Not a bad trade.
I'm sorry, it's 10 grand.
Yeah.
Or no, wait, it's 100 contracts, right? I don't know. Look at now, it just gets beat down. The bear is still hungry.
It's bottoming though.
Yeah, it's squirrely, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. But you got that kind of compression high wave candle forming on the 5 minute on crude.
Right. It's weird. The dollar just broke down out of its range.
Is that it?
That lately has given crude a little push up, but not now.
Could we get a turn by here on a 5 minute?
Those are some strange candles. So you got to remember, there's tons of algorithms out there now. Most of the volume is done by that. So when you see, if you've been trading for a while and you see different types of patterns that you grew accustomed to and that don't work anymore, then that's pretty much it's all algos. Although I think a lot of the bigger volume in some of these different algos is they're mostly mean reversion and contrarian. So basically a mean reversion or contrarian is you're going opposite with the market flow. So if you look in here, it's in a downtrend, they're looking to sell rallies. I mean, there's guys that are buying dips like us, but those usually are more aggressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And then if you're market making, put this up. So what they'll do is they'll have this range like we have here, and they'll look to see and either breaks to the range or come within. So they'll buy it at 17, sell it at 22, and keep how it ping pongs back and forth. So buy it and sell it and buy it and sell it. Did you pull it? Come on.
Not yet.
You pulled the limit.
Seeing if I can get this to pop.
Well, yeah, when you look on the shorter time frame, I don't know, it just seems there's so much overhead here. If you had bought in this big up candle, or you bought especially in this candle, you were dying to sell. If it gets up to here, you're selling. So that's why it's going to work through its overhead. That's actually a 5 minute buy, huh?
Yes, sir.
Ding. But take your 10 and run, right? Come on. Uptick.
Aaron, do this
Exactly right.
Change it to 9.
Nah.
Is a registered rate.
Getting nickeled and dimed, no pun intended. There you go. Cancel.
Yes, sir.
Just chipping away. Should say roughly plus 370.
Yeah, ish.
And really, he can't hold it.
Got a bunch of people starting combines today. It's a good start.
Pull out the chipping wedge.
Especially when we make a grand after the Fed.
It's definitely going to be fun.
Got
I wanted to hold it because I think we're going to head those to 50, but maybe not in this move. May come back and give us a higher low.
Right. I don't want the new Skype. Sorry.
What's that?
Trying to put that new Skype version. Force it
Okay.
on me.
Got it. So what happened was on that first trade, we just got in early. On the call,
Yeah.
on the direction, we just got in early, and then when we got stop hunted, but just being prudent, taking the trade, you know, take your 10, run. You can see we've come all the way back now off that 10.
You practically top ticked it.
Yeah. Well, technically, I'm supposed to be short.
I see some people are short.
Manually, though.
I think. Oh, guess not.
You got people short right now?
No. I thought Trader Joe was, but he's not.
Oh, yeah. Nope.
Just keep chipping away, chipping away.
Don't said he wins this race, that's for sure. Yeah, it looks like we've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4 combines. New?
New? Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Getting a little bit of a pop here, but we'll see how this interacts with this high.
Right.
See if this is going to curl over and go lower.
I would lean towards it's going to go higher, just looking at the 5 minute, and it's an
Sure.
EKG, so it's in a down swing. If it was going to break down, would it did it already? So.
Yeah.
But it's just a little bit of noise. Everyone's waiting for the Fed.
Chop shop.
I'm not sure how they're going to play that, but I guess they'll. I could see them removing patience and then coming back in the meeting and saying, "No, we're not." Could kind of wash that out of the market. They've done that before. The bait and switch.
Yeah, for sure.
Hawkish statement, and then the press conference a half hour later to be like, "No, we're not tightening in June. Come on, were you kidding me? That's not what we said."
Yeah.
Well, my thought was to get in there and just chip away at that on the Nazi.
Exactly. You got a buffer.
Right. Well, I think I'm usually pretty good on these days with that, so if I can catch a good one, I can hit it out of the park.
Pick your spots. Let's see what we got. NASDAQ numbers. basically 2070 by 2074. Somewhere up there is going to be a sell. And then a buy is going to be 2056 ranges, 2055.
Okay.
On the S&P.
Sounds like a plan.
So, chip.
From a technical pattern, this should be, even this price action is kind of bearish.
Yeah.
It drops and it sat. Spike up and gave it all back. Spike it up, gave it all back. drop and sit. There does seem to be, didn't we have this the other day? This kind of shelf, see? And it fell through, and then now I've got a new shelf. Maybe they're more serious this time. Southwest Airlines and the like, buying some food at decade lows. But I do think that was pretty interesting on the commitment of traders.
Yeah, TOT.
So they basically, the one good thing about futures contracts is that everything is kind of kept track, and you can't, there's no Ponzi's or cheating involved. So they all keep track of the number of contracts, who has them, and what the positions are. You have to be labeled commercial as an airline or ExxonMobil or whatever. It's a larger organization that can either hedge or be a commercial. Small speculators is us, and then large speculators as hedge funds. We're going to go from here to here someday soon. But if you look at it, really the most important is commercials. They're actually net short, so they're the brownish, maroonish, whatever color here. So they're net short by 300,000 contracts. And then the large speculators are 300,000 long. Typically over time, the commercials win out. So, but you could see it's a long, they're playing long ball. So they've been buying the whole way down from 50s and 60s. And we're back in the game. Is that a short you took?
Yeah.
All right, keep your apps on, and we'll see you on the wrap-up call. The Fed is at 1 o'clock Central. Will be the announcement. There'll be some massive moves, and then there'll be some squirrely moves starting at 1:30, when more like 1:40 after she reads her statement, which you already get at 1. And then the question and answer should be interesting. So what they're looking for there is if there's going to be any change in the wording of them being patient, which there probably will be some type of change. So we'll see you in the wrap-up call. Good luck.